Good rising, family. Good seeing everyone already waiting. Said God. Shalom, shalom. Great seeing everyone. I figured we come in a little bit early today, and then Most High willing, we'll come back and this later on this evening and go over some more events that are going to be popping off. Sitting here listening to a lot of these people last night, talking about what was going on, misrepresenting the Father, misrepresenting what's really going on. I said we gotta come together and give the real understanding of what's going on. Not gonna let these people just sit here and just lie and lie. So we're gonna give the Hebrew Israelite, spiritualites, the view of our Father, so everybody can see what's really going on, and not all the lies that have been perpetrated for all this time. So all these lies that have been perpetrated on our people, on the world. I said we're gonna get into it a little bit this morning, but I'm just sitting here just listening to these dudes talking about what's going on, and same weak breakdowns. Said same weak scriptures and ridiculously whack breakdowns of scripture, and trying to say how these events are part of the Gog Magog prophecy, always going straight to Ezekiel 37 38, and just absolutely hilarious, no understanding whatsoever. I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to kind of come in. So it's going to be quick because I'm just trying to get this going real quick before I start the day here, and then later on this evening, Most High willing, we'll come back, and we'll chop this up. There's going to be more stuff going on. There's going to be more events going on over the course of the day, and you're going to get the breakdown, the Gentile breakdown. So I'm getting all these alerts and things like that are popping off right now. But just absolutely amazing, because the Most High is bringing all of our information, all of our understanding back to us. I said He showed us that everything is written in the stars. Everything is written up there in the zodiacs. That was our information. That's how we knew when it's time for us to go down. It was already written in the stars. When it's time for you to go down, that's in the stars too. You see, before, because when we were told by the churches, don't look in the stars, don't look in the sky, don't look up there, because they know that their demise is written in the stars as well. They know that their time, and the heralding of the end of their time is also in the stars. Okay, a sister put up a great point, because they said, in around 2006. What they say, Pluto isn't a planet anymore. We don't count Pluto anymore. It's too small. So around 2006, they're already trying to cover up their tracks. They say, Pluto, you don't count. So then that now in 2022, on 2/22/22, we would not have been thinking about Pluto being a sign for the end of the American Empire. We would, because Pluto's not even a sign. Pluto's not even a planet. So we just ignore that. But see, it was okay to use Pluto as a sign when they were signing the Declaration of Independence. Then it was okay to use that planet. It was a planet back then, and it was a planet that was heralding their time. It was heralding their time of being in rulership. So they loved it then. They loved, Pluto, yeah. But all of a sudden, because just like always, when they don't like something, they hide it. When they don't believe, they don't want to, they don't want to be told on themselves. They don't want the skies to tell on them. Then all of a sudden, and they knew it was coming. So then why do you think all of a sudden around 2006, Pluto's not a planet no more? You see that? You say all of a sudden, Pluto's not a planet. So therefore, the prophecies that are going to be, executed when Pluto returns to America, don't mean anything, because Pluto's not really a planet, because they say so. You see that? Now, that's exactly the same thing they've done with your scriptures. We have a certain narrative. We don't want people to realize that this narrative is going against us. So you know what? Those books in the Apocrypha, those aren't good anymore. We don't accept those. We don't want to, that's not part of prophecy. That's not the fulfillment of prophecy. Just like like I told you, that's the things that they do is not just, limited to the Bible. They're not just trying to cover their tracks with our scriptures. They're also trying to cover their tracks in space. They're trying to cover their tracks with astronomy and astrology. Astronomy and astrology tell on them too. What did you say about New York Prepper? Was mad last night when I told him his interpretation on the prophecy is wrong. Yes, I was watching him last night and I was just cracking up. Oh my God. Because the thing is that they all have the same prophecies. It's not just him. It's not just a New York Prepper dude. I said all of them. They're all still trying to push that Gog, Magog, Russia thing. Talking about, Russians are going to go into Israel. And when they go into Israel, that's going to be, spell doom for them, because God doesn't like people messing with his chosen people. I was like, what? I just showed you how backwards these people are. You still pushing that narrative that Ish is in the land and those are his people. And if you mess with them, such and such and such is going to happen to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, even though there's all these facts that say something different, they just continue with the same lie. But that's a beautiful thing for us, because the Most High has given us understanding, so we can be like, oh, hold on, man. Okay, there's new information. There's all this information, but you can't seem to process this new information. So that makes it much easier for us to realize who we're dealing with. It makes it much easier for us to see, okay, these dudes have no understanding whatsoever. These dudes are so off on so much. Now, because I was listening to the New York Prepper, and he was just like, I'm just sick and tired of people, talking about America. If you love America, put a flag, American flag up here, this, and that. Putin is, he's attacking these people, for no reason whatsoever. He's like Hitler. He's doing this. He's doing that. And I'm like, dude, every single accusation you make against Putin can easily be made against America. It can easily be made against the UK. It can easily be made, those same arguments can be said about Spain, Portugal, the Dutch, the French. I said, they've gone all over the world, rape, rob, murdering, taking resources and everything else. So every single accusation you make against Russia and how they're evil and they're the devil and they're this and they're that, attacking Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I said, you can say exactly the same thing about all of these countries, because they've all had a hand doing exactly the same thing to Israel, to the real Israelites that were scattered all over the world. So, miss me with the, we're so pure, we're so pure, we're so godly, and we would never attack a weaker country. We would never go in and attack, citizens of a country. I'm like, come on, man. I said, you guys are still pushing that. Only people that believe that are people that are like you, that are totally brainwashed and only have drank the Kool-Aid and can't process new information. See, we were worldwide. All those lands over there in Europe, I said, those were ours. You guys went in and you took over our lands. You wrote us out of history. And then you instituted yourselves in our positions. And now that the Most High is fulfilling all those prophecies that you have said aren't true or you don't agree with, now you're still stuck with trying to make a square block fit in a round hole. You're still stuck trying to force, those prophecies that your church has given you into the events of today. Most High, he just proved all the information that we've been bringing out for the last few months. See, when we started talking about the stars, started talking about the Kabbalah, talking about numbers, and how all these things are written in the stars. And then we got, attacked for, look at the stars, that's witchcraft, that's this, that's that. I told you that in that book and about the, what is it? The numbers of the Kabbalah, that it was already written, there was going to be some huge event concerning Russia because of where the eclipse happened. I'm going to say it was in Sagittarius, and that had a certain, meaning for like this certain land, certain area. Okay. And then it was a new year, and people were like, "Oh, you're wrong, and you're wrong again." I'm like, dude, it's not even the end of our year yet. I said, but you guys are so, you guys are such a hurry to try to say certain negative things. I said, that's okay though. I said, you can say whatever you want. I said, the Most High's word be true at the end. Okay. Now we know exactly what they were waiting for. See, they're not doing their things off of this, Gregorian calendar that we're on. They looked at the stars. They knew that America, as we know it, is going to be judged. They know this. So what have they been doing for the last few months? Taking all this military equipment from Russia and putting it on the border. Taking all these troops, tanks, planes, military vehicles, all the equipment, everything they needed, put it on the border. They've been ready to go for we don't know how long. But they didn't go. They didn't go. So what kept them from not going? What kept them from not moving in to the Ukraine? They waited for a sign in the stars. And see, a lot of times we can figure these things that we see, we know things are going to happen, but we're not sure exactly how it's going to happen. They watched for the signs in the stars. The very thing they've been telling us not to do. It's exactly what they did. So they waited for 22. They knew that the blessing that America has enjoyed over the Israelites is over. They know that. That's what they were waiting for. So the very next day, you got all these pundits going on saying they're going to move in. Russia's going to attack tonight. The missiles are going to fly tonight. How do you guys know all this stuff? How do you guys know that these Americans are saying what they're going to do? How do they know? Because they looking at the stars too. They know that the blessing that they've had has been taken away. That blessing of the sword has been taken away. See, all these other people who are coming up with these, these videos, and they're still using, the, Gog, Magog, blah, 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 this, and that. See, you guys don't realize that these people in these high positions are looking, they have our information. They know what's in the stars. They know what's in the planets. They know what's being said. They know that their time is over with. You see what I'm saying? So that's when they said, okay, blessings being taken away, it's time to move. It's time to go. And see, and that's exactly, so they moved in and started making their move last night. You think that's a coincidence? You think that they just, you know what? It's Wednesday night. I got nothing better to do. Let's just go attack this country just because, I'm kind of bored. Nothing really on TV. So let me just go jump on, just go attack this country. You see what I'm saying? No, they know exactly what they're doing. Just like the example we talked about a couple weeks ago about Columbus. Remember, Columbus left from over there and he got to an island and he waited for a few hours because he needed to wait until the signs in the sky were right for a successful voyage. So he just got to a certain point, waited on a sandbar for a few hours. The astrologist said, hey, this is here. We're going to have a successful voyage. It's go time. It's go time. That's exactly what Columbus did. Now watch. Russia's like, okay, we're going to make our move. Get them troops down there. Get that equipment down there. Get it over there. All right. Well, we're not going to get in yet. We're not going to go in just yet. We're going to wait for the sign. Most High is going to give us a sign. Oh, Pluto has returned over America. It means death and life, resurrection. So that system is dying. There's going to be a new one. See, they're in a trick bag though, because they think that they're going to be the ones that it's a resurrection for them. It's not a resurrection for you, other nations. This is a resurrection for the Israelites. You guys have had your opportunity to run things. You've had your blessing, all of you. Hey, Sister Lisa, great seeing you here. You've had your opportunity to run this world. You've had your opportunity to be the head. Most High said, okay, you guys get your equipment, hang out right there. I'll let you know when to go. I'll let you know when to move. You see? But see, you're not going to hear this from the other channels. You know what I'm saying? You're not damn sure not going to hear from Edomite or Gentile nations. But see, a lot of them know, but they're still not going to tell you. They're not going to let you know that they know. They're not in control. They've been pushing that whole narrative that they're in control. I said, but these are prophecies that are being fulfilled, but these are the hidden ones that your churches haven't told you. This is the resurrection of the Israelites. That's what you're seeing right now. And things are, Most High is in charge of everything. It's written in the stars. I'm going to read a little something real quick from my Apocrypha. My Apocrypha has been used quite a bit. These are the prophecies that your churches have said, we don't agree with those. It doesn't matter if you guys agree. They're still going to be fulfilled. Just like you said, Pluto wasn't a planet, and Pluto isn't a sign. Well, so I said, oh yeah? Oh, okay, where do they do that at? Where do you guys get to just dictate what's good and what's not? Where is it you guys get to dictate what to the Most High? Hey, yeah, we don't like that prophecy, Most High. So you know what? We're gonna cancel Pluto as a planet. We're just gonna cancel that. So therefore, it's gonna cancel that prophecy of us actually losing power, because we're gonna be in power forever. So we're just gonna say, you know what? Pluto's not a planet. So therefore, Pluto's not a sign. Where do they do that at? Only here. Only the Gentiles do that. So same thing with the prophecies right now. Well, we don't believe in the Apocrypha. We don't believe in Baruch. So those prophecies about them waking up in the lands of their captivities in Baruch, and so in Baruch chapter 2, yeah, we don't believe in that. So that's not going to happen. Yeah, well, it's happening anyways, even if you don't believe it. So let's go here to Baruch 4, because this is what you really need to understand all of Baruch for, like the whole chapter, because it pretty much talks about our fall and our rise. And what you're seeing right now is your fall and our rise. But at the beginning of Baruch 4, it's about you guys being brought over here and destroying our people. And see, this is why when you guys are making all these videos talking about these events and you're trying to break down prophecy, you have ignored the last few hundred years of the fulfillment of prophecy, which is why all of your prophecies now are falling on deaf ears. People are listening, but they're not connecting because it makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? Your prophecies make absolutely no sense. I'm gonna skip around a little bit, okay, just so you guys can understand. Baruch chapter 4. Let's see. We'll start at 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath. For ye were delivered unto the enemies. Prophecy fulfilled. We were delivered to our enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to God. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of God coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion. God hath brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow, and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of God. We departed from the Most High. We departed from the law of the Most High. So that's why he brought that destruction. That's why you were brought over here. That was why that sign of Pluto popped up and gave you your opportunity to destroy us over here in the Americas. But that started already in 1492 over here, and it also started way before that over in the third part. Okay? They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them. Here you go. Here's more. This is what you guys got. This was your blessing. For he hath brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child. That's the prophecies that you guys have been fulfilling for the last few hundred years. Good seeing you, Brother D'Angelo, as well. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. That's what you're seeing right now. The Most High is in the process of delivering us from the hands of our enemies. This is why all of these other people on their channels are talking, but they ain't telling you nothing. You hear them saying a lot of words, but they're not breaking down any prophecy. That's why they're only going, oh, this is Gog Magog. They ain't giving you no precepts. They ain't connecting anything to anything else. Not connecting that to history. Nothing. Nothing. Just telling you, oh, this chapter here in Ezekiel, this is what this means. That's it. Those are the people over there. Don't mess with those people over there, because God doesn't like that. You're right. He doesn't like you messing with his people. But it's damn sure important for you to know who his people are. And if you don't know who they are, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to break down prophecy whatsoever. Okay? So, go your way, O my children. Go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace, and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. That's what you're seeing right now. That's the process you're seeing right now. And that's exactly what they don't want you to know. Now, let me skip on up. We're going to skip up to 25. So this is Baruch 4 and 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. Oh, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear about the tide turning. They don't want to hear about that. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. That's what you're seeing today. The Most High is remembering his people. The Most High is remembering his children. He is giving us back our knowledge and understanding. I'm going to read 27 again. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoiced at thy fall. Again, let me read that again. This is what you're saying. This is that misery. When you hear them saying, oh, the poor Ukrainians, look, they're attacking them. Could you imagine bombs blowing up around your cities and for no apparent reason? And can you imagine those things happening? We don't have to imagine it. That's exactly what's happened to us. See, that's your whole thing. You guys act like this stuff hasn't happened and that you weren't responsible for it. You've already done this. You've done this to the Most High's chosen people. And now he's bringing all of this back on you. Oh, we all need to come together and forget our differences. I was like, oh my God. They're like, we're all Americans now. It doesn't matter how we got into this situation. We all need to come together. Since when? Miss me with all that. Even to today, you still don't admit who we are. You're still calling us blacks and African Americans, whatever. I said, so don't even give me that. And you hear them saying that all the time. Oh, we need to come together now. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. We all need to come together now so we can save our country. Our country is not our country. It's our country. It's Hebrew Israelite country, Hebrew Israelite land, not yours and ours. It's not this land is your land, this land is my land. No, that's not. It was your land when you had dominion. And you told us that many a times, and you still show us this in your court systems that we are not really Americans. So don't give me that BS now that we need to come together. Y'all just want our prayer. We need to pray. Yeah, you want our prayers. That's what you want. You ain't getting our prayers no more, buddy. I said, that's done. That's exactly what you guys want. You want, oh, we need to come together so we can start praying for peace. Nope. Nope. You ain't gonna hear that from me. I said, you got this. You wanted this. You wanted to be in control. Now you're in control during the time of the wrath of our power. And y'all see how that's going to roll. See how that's going to go. Okay, now check this out. 28, for as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that brought thee, this is very important. This is what you're seeing going on today. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. Not salvation for the world, salvation for the Most High's chosen people. Okay? Again, for he that hath brought these plagues upon you, okay, shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. This is what you're seeing going on that just began yesterday. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. We were taken down worldwide. Our desolation was not just in one little area. It was all over the world. And now the Most High is returning that to the world. He's bringing desolation worldwide. So when you hear, oh, these people are having it rough, we need to come together and pray. Yeah, right. The way you guys pray for us? Nah, we good on that. You got this. You go pray to your God and see how this works out for you. But the times of us praying for you, praying with you, holding hands, that's over with because you guys had that opportunity to treat us right and you refused. And now you're going to deal with our Father now. You're going to deal with our power now. Don't matter what we say. Doesn't matter if we pray for you or not. You got a debt to pay to our Father, and he's coming. He's told you now through his people. He's throwing you in the stars as well. Again, miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. These are the prophecies that they've hidden from you. These are the prophecies that they refuse to let you see. But now the Most High has released them back to his people, and that's what we're going to bring to you from now on. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They came gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. Most High willing, we'll be back again later on, but this is just a little tiny dose, a little tiny snippet of what we got to bring for the rest of the world that their people ain't telling them, but we damn sure gonna let you know. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom, family.